Welcome back. Today we will be doing a new game any percent run, and we'll be kicking it off in 3, 2, 1, get started. Yeah, I said a lot of words to start instead of just start or go. New game any percent in this game is just start a new game and finish it as quickly as possible. There's nothing that gets in the way of you doing it, it's just one straight run. However, something important to note is this tutorial section doesn't actually count to your time, because this is just a new game run. The run is actually timed based on in-game time, but the new game category typically will also use just real time, because it's nice to know how you're doing on the tutorial. If we're doing it in a marathon as well, then it makes a lot more sense to use this timing. That way you know it's just like, how long do things take? Oh, I missed that one. But it also means that, like, if I do badly in the tutorial, it's not super important. So I actually beat my record there. That's a gold split too. Pretty solid. I don't have a consistent split point for this, though. I feel like I should split on black. That's probably a little easier. So something you may notice, movement in this game is based on dashes. We dash, jump, dash to move because that's the fastest way to do it without any boosts. In the any percent, like, not new game category, there are many faster ways to go. I believe the fastest way is actually pretty annoying too. Right. The biggest downside of new game is you have tutorials to go through still. Ooh, and we got lucky with a rascal here. So ideally you want to beat rascals as often as possible. They have lots of money. Money is good. If you can kill a rascal and get their money, it will help a lot with next areas. Although I'm starting to question how useful it is. Just because there's a lot of money that you can get, but it's unlikely you beat a rascal early on. But the little bit could go a long way for you, so you never know. Alright, we got our first little pup. We're going to take Trip Trap, which is slightly better than our starting Ratty. We're just going to swap that in. And then for crystals, we generally take green crystals. The real goal of this run is to get Chuck, or Goddess Amelie. Whichever of the two you find first. Both are actually pretty good, but the Goddess is technically better. But she's also rare. Ooh, second Huey. That is not a bad pickup. The reason we get them is because they give hit count, and green crystals give you more damage based on more hit count. So the earlier you can get one of those two, the better. They're pretty powerful for what they actually provide. I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna skip this rascal. I'm not gonna focus on him. Okay. Wind damage up. That's actually good. If we can get Chuck or the Goddess, we're in a pretty good place for just killing things. So the reason I moved Trip Trap up first is because just the ability to clear for us, super useful. Alright, crystal, green crystal again. It may seem kind of weird why we're picking up green crystals despite not having the right Lillipup. There's also a chance that we just don't get the right one. But that's just how runs work. This is actually not a bad room for us. Ice crit power up is actually pretty good. Okay, Angela is not, though. So we're just going to skip that. Okay, take this. Alright, we're looking at okay on money. Typically, you want to have at least, I believe it's 800 before you go into the shop, because Otherwise, you won't have enough to afford Chuck. And ideally, you want to have like 15, but that's really hard to get at this point. Okay, we'll buy the key because we can actually use that, and then warp. The reason you want that much money is so you can buy Chuck if he shows up there. And then 15, you can usually get a pretty good SSR if you're lucky. I'd also say that typically for runs like this, we'd want to have something better by this point, but we're not too far behind schedule, so it's not too bad. Trip Trap also gets us a good number of hits. Okay, King moved into vulnerability phase. Okay, and then he does this dash. I can't believe that still hit me. Kind of annoying. Alright, we're just tanking damage at this point. That's okay. Okay, let me drop this. Just to speed up our combo a bit. So Trip Trap, as you see, is not that bad. Gets 6 hits in on bosses, which is really good for boosting hit count. It's technically better than Chuck, but the base damage is so low that it's not worth it to use them long term. Ace is a much better choice. Ace is a gold tier SSR, basically. Does 3 hits about, but does a lot more damage on each of them. So it's nowhere near as painful to use him. Alright, we're going to go up. This run needs a lot of money, so wherever you can get it is pretty useful. Fire damage up. It's also good to keep track of what rings do you get, because those could come in real handy for you. Alright. I'm sad that he dropped, but that's okay. The ring accessories can make a big difference for your damage overall, so you do want to, keep your eye out for them. You also want to prioritize going into smaller rooms as you go through. Alright, we'll do ice for crit. Okay, that's a bonus room. We don't really want bonus rooms if possible. We also want to pick up this key because keys are valuable. You may not notice it in every place that you go, but if you can get keys, you typically will have a chance at chests when they come up, and that can make or break runs, honestly. Ooh, Pyroblaster. Alright. The Turban decreases shot prices. Oh, this is hard. We're going to take Kunoichi because we do have Wind Crit up. And then we'll warp out. The decreased shop values can be super useful, but as you get later into the run, you probably don't want to be at the shop. I think that's the best way I could put it. It takes a lot of time to go to a shop and pick things. Even there, that was kind of a long shop. The choice to pick Kunoichi is questionable, I guess. But we'll see how it turns out. The real reason I picked her up is because she comes with... Because she's ice, we get the ice Cryoblaster effect that I picked up. She also does pretty good damage. As you can kind of see, like, she isn't slouching. Despite not being an SSR tier. Because ice has just a higher chance to crit in general. Okay. We're going a little slower, but it's actually not that bad of a run. And it can be saved very quickly with the right pieces. Bram is probably one of those pieces. Soft World 2. Actually, Bram is probably not, now that I think about it. He does good damage, so like it will shore up some of those weaknesses, but it's not going to make us suddenly a lot better. Come back here. As you can see, this is kind of what I mean by like not going to shore up our core weaknesses. No, come on. A little bit finicky. Normally I wouldn't go to all these small rooms, but we are pretty lacking in power. Yeah, I probably want to switch Graham out here. He's not helping us with like actually hitting things, typically. So that's a little rough. But I'll hold off. It's not really costing us that much to just use him. Okay, we'll take the turban then. Crystal, okay. Hit count crystal is nice. Ace does still help us with this, so it's not a bad idea to have it. Alright. Alright, this is kind of a mess. Like, ideally, you don't want to be going through something like this where they just got scattered everywhere. Let's see. Again, it could be salvaged with just one good shot. Alright, extra bonus gold. We'll take that. It may save us at some point. Oh, that was a slow fall. I thought it was just going to be one or two. We're actually going to take this, because there's a chance. Alright, we came with Victoria. Not actually better for us. Potentially worse, because it doesn't make our combo any better. Yeah, hold on. Let me drop these two. Right. Made it through there. Another ice booster. Boost crit rate. This is good if we can get something ice. Can get a good ice Lillipup. That could help us. We could also use a few kind of quicker rooms. One of the things that you'll find hardest about this run is surviving those guys. They could be a bit of a pain in the ass. Oops. Alright, got through it. Alright, we don't have much. We'll take the third Huey, because now Huey's stronger, and he also gives us a boost. We'll take the gloves. It knocks things forward. This is a new item in the DLC, so I don't know how effective it is. If we hit something from behind, it will go forward. It's like, that sounds alright, I guess. Can't complain too much about it. We will take... Since we haven't found the shop yet, oh, that's not the right way to the shop, we will go look for it, because that's the only way to really save it. Okay, wait, that's far away. We're not going to go that far. It's fine, it's fine. I don't think we need more damage for this boss, so it should be okay. But I do need a better set of Lillipups if we want to make up any time. Oops. Taking damage there. Ow. Not good. I'm not good at spacing this combo out, apparently. So we're going to burst here. That's going to get me kind of invulnerability through this. Alright, we made it through that. Barely. We'll get a heal out of this chest, so it's not like game over levels, but we're not doing so hot. Ooh. Alright, so we got an item that gives us additional wind damage per hit in our combo. Sadly, though, we don't have wind yet. So it's a bit hard to, like, understand how much that helps us. Oh man, I'm just taking damage left, right, and center here. It's a little bad. We do have a shop, so let's see, maybe saves the run? Oh, okay, that could save the run. Goddess Amelie is probably one of the best, and she's so good that I will just put her out. We could potentially win the run with just her in the front, honestly. Oh. I didn't realize I was stunned. I should pay more attention to my model. Alright, we do need health. I think that's the only limiting factor on us right now. Alright, let's go this way. We have a chest. Adds a fireball to an attack to a nearby foe. I'm actually going to go out this way, and we're going to see if there's something good up here. Crystal, alright. So the goddess is super good because she just has pretty fast hits. Okay, we'll just go this way. Since we're not really losing anything this direction. Alright, anything? Nope. As you can see, like, she does hits. So it's pretty useful for us. And she has range, so that's also a nice bonus. Yeah. Alright, a little unfortunate that there wasn't anything else at the end of this path. I think we can afford the heal at the shop, though, so we'll take that and then we'll keep moving. But yeah, this is kind of what the rest of the run looks like. We can just use the goddess to, like, get us damage. I wouldn't say it's the fastest way to do things, and, like, want to add Noichi and Ace back. I probably wanted to add Brand back too, now that I think about it. We're still going to be a little behind, but I don't know how far behind. We may be able to pick up a bit of time if this goes well. If. That's a big if, just to let you know. Alright. Hey, yeah, that was a good fight. We'll save time here. We can get something else really nice. Not really. But that's fine. We'll take it. That was our fastest stage 2 clear. Plus 24, so, like, I basically can't waste time if I want to even stand a slight chance. I also can't really afford to have these things go on. Okay, we can take this shop. I kind of hope there's something really nice in here. No. That's a little sad. That was also really slow of me to read through the shop, but the problem is there's new stuff in there. So you never know how good the new stuff versus old stuff is, right? This is actually a pretty good combo. Okay, damage down, not as ideal. Okay, I need you to die. Rascals are sad because they're slow. That. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have taken that, just looking at it. That's just defensive. Ideally, you don't want defensive items if at all possible, because they're not super powerful. We're getting a lot of blue chests. Yep, I want to go this way. We also have buttons in the lineup, which is a little sad. I'd like to remove him, but it's going to take some time. Alright. I should probably put Kunoichi in first. Nope. Yeah, this is why I should put Kunoichi in first. Hold on. Alright, we're gonna go here because I think this is crystal. Yeah, we could use the crystal. We could use the boost. Yep, Wind Arrow Blaster, sure, why not? Alright. Oops. Over here. Yeah, we're not going to beat our PB, but it won't be a terrible run. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about as far as the run goes and like what one should expect if they decide to pick up the run. There's not a whole lot to tutorialize either. The stages are pretty much as simple as you see them. Alright. We have more than enough money right now. I guess something I would say is be careful of these Victorias. This is also going to be a slow room. There aren't necessarily unique rooms as much as there are set rooms set in unique patterns. So that's something to keep in mind. Oh, that's a bit of a weird one. Okay, I need this chuck here. And what's in this room? Crystal. We can take that. Alright. We do want to find the exit sooner than later. But in order to get to the exit, like, sometimes you just gotta kind of carry through. And we also have the shop just right here, so I think it's worth it since it's right on our way. Alright, was not worth it. Never mind. I should stop holding out hope. Like, full copium going on right now. Blaze and dash in midair. Ooh, we also have far... Like, this is really far to go just to get... Hold on. I gotta focus because we're actually close to dying. I could use some health. Alright, let me go back to the shop and pick up the health. Alright. We could honestly use a better team. It would speed us up greatly. We're not getting a better team though. Like, let's just be real. Unless I get lucky on the drops, which I don't typically expect to, this is the team that we're going to be stuck with. Need to swap these. Yep. The reason I need to swap them is just because for the damage. Alright, I'll burst here because she's kind of invincible in a kind of annoying way. Alright. Put the wind there. Alright, 50% damage boost when we attack in midair. That's good. That's making us faster. I need to swap these two again. Ooh, there's a lot of shit going on. Hold on. Something to note is Chuck is like one of the hardest regular enemies. Like, he hits hard, really hard. He also likes to run to like random places. Alright, we're going to try in here. Lilliput Tomoe is actually really good. We do like her on our team. We like her so much, we put her up in the party order because she gets breaks for us. Alright, this gets us the shop, which is unfortunate because we want to go like real fast. There's Chuck. Alright, we go this way now. At the very least, we'll finish strong. Where's Chuck. Oh, he's in the other side. Hold on. So we're going to want to swap out Kunoichi here for Chuck. Alright. And now you can see that Chuck just is win Kunoichi. What do we get in here? Fire ring. Man, we've made all the wrong choices to get out of here. Well, that's kind of the slow part of this. But it's not a bad team. We have actually a really good team now. It's just it took too long to get to that really good team. If we were at this team in World 2, we would be much better off. Alright, back here. Yeah, it's just a little sad that it took so long to get to this point. We're also kind of low on HP that I just realized. We may die? So the run may just not even complete if I don't be careful enough here. Alright. I gotta be careful of those attacks. Oops. Alright. This is a mob phase. Summons enemies. Oh, I thought it was out of the way. He summons enemies at 3 points in the fight, so around 50% HP and near death, and under 50. You can't kill him until he gets through at least the second mob phase. But yeah, that was a 25-minute run. That's about average for me. It would have been about 27 by the time we finished. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. The turban didn't help as much. Probably not worth taking. The ice crown helped a lot on this one because it just, anything that's at full HP gets an ice bomb dropped on it. And the RNG was kind of bad. You want Chuck in the first world. Oh, I should stop the timer for now. We did have some best times, so we'll keep those. But you want Chuck in the first world or the goddess. Ideally both. If you can get both in the first world, you can kind of build your team with whatever you want. So that's something to keep in mind. Anyway, that's it for this run, y'all. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be back with more different kinds of stuff later. There's a lot to talk about in this game that I haven't gotten to yet, and I want to do some more in-depth content. So expect more runs, expect a little bit more analysis, and yeah, see you then.